Hey, Chit Chat Queen, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining me. How's crocheting going for you? Hello, Sharon. Thanks for joining me. I am doing well. Back to work after my vacation. Okay, so crochet is going good for you. That's good. Did you finish the project that you were working on? No, no. What's going on? Oh, you still trying to do a beanie? Okay. I'll be doing a beanie soon. I'll do another one. Mm-mm. I'm going to be working on, I just did some washcloth, I keep saying wash, but they're dishcloths. At least that's from the book. You can see that one. Well, you can see that. But that's a yellow and white one. And I also did an orange one. So I'll have a tutorial on that soon. And I finished and I just knocked it over. I finished the corner to corner hat that I was working on to go with the scarf. So now I have a set. I'm happy to finish that. I have to make another hat because I have another scarf that I need to make a hat for so I can have another set. Oh, you want to do dishcloths? Do you have cotton yarn? Because that's what I used for this was the cotton yarn. Hello, Jen. You're having your supper and you're lurking? That's okay. You can lurk. And if you all didn't give me a thumbs up, please do so. I appreciate it. So I'm going to work on a shawl while I'm chit-chatting with you all. It's a very simple one. I'll probably be doing a tutorial on this one also, if it comes out the way I want it to come out. And if not, I'll scrap it. For a dishcloth, the cotton yarn would probably be the better thing to use because it's something that you're going to be using over and over again, and you don't want it to stretch out of shape because the acrylic yarn, once it's wet, it's going to stretch out. So cotton yarn is usually the better yarn to use for washcloth, dishcloths, towels, pot holders. I mean, I've seen people use acrylic yarn for pot holders too, but I tend to always want to use cotton in the kitchen because if you put a hot pot on acrylic yarn, it is going to melt it. So cotton yarn is the best yarn to use, I think. I'm sure someone will say, oh, I've used acrylic and never had that problem before. But I I always use cotton yarn. And the what's the cotton yarn? The sugar and cream cotton yarn is thick, to me, thick, heavy duty yarn. Um, but the Premier yarn is softer. And I usually use the sugar and cream. There's another one. What's the other one? I forgot the other name. Sugar and cream. This is oh yeah, and peaches and cream. I think they have to be from the same company, but anyway, they're pretty heavy yarn, cotton yarns, and that's what I usually use. Oh, the yarn on the cone. Yeah, I think I have yarn on the cone, and of course they're all missing their labels, so I couldn't tell you who it's from, but the cotton yarn is definitely my preference for any kind of dishcloth, washcloth, things like that. I made a what do you call that thing? Oh, I can't even think of the name of it. I did not like it because once it got wet, it weighed a pound, and it didn't suds up like the nylon ones you buy in the store. What is it called? Loofah, the loofah. And that was a big to do. I saw a lot of people making them. I've made it before, and then I said, well, let me try it again. And I remember why I didn't like it the first time I tried it. So that was a waste of a lot of yarn. And I made a soap saver. My daughter likes to use soap. I like body wash, but she likes to use soap. So I made a soap saver. Um, so you can pretty much use every little speck of the soap because it's inside of its own little case, and it suds up okay. But I'm not a soap user, so. But I did make one for her, and I made one for myself. Oh, you saw the sugar and cream last? Yeah, the sugar and cream, and sometimes you can get some pretty good sales with the sugar and cream or the either one of them. Um, I always try to buy yarn on sale. When I started crocheting, yarn was really cheap to buy. Not anymore. They had Joann. I went into Joann's because I couldn't find my eye hook. It's around here somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So I went to Joann's to buy another one, my clover eye hook. And because I'm working on graph gans, that's been my taking up a lot of my time doing the graph gans. So I did the AKA, and this is the dark green. So I went and got a lighter green. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the lighter green because I think the lighter green is the AKAs for real. So when I went to Joann's to pick up the hook, I saw the big twist was on sale for 50% off, and I did the deltas also. And I saw that it was 50% off, so I picked up some of that yarn too. Of course, when you go to Joann's, if you go back there near that yarn, you're going to pick up something. That was not on my shopping list, but I did pick up some because I needed some yellow. I wanted to do the love with Africa as your O, but let me see, I forgot what letter is black, but I cannot, because it's black, I can't see the little boxes. So I set that aside because I would have to be on the computer so I could blow it up big enough so I can be able to count the boxes. But on paper, I definitely cannot see those boxes at all. And I was going to go to Office Depot to get it enlarged, but I said that's a waste of money because if I can't see those boxes, enlarging it is just going to make it a big old blob of nothing. So let me see if I put a shawl on. Yep, that's a good length. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining me. And if you didn't do a thumbs up, please do a thumbs up. How are you tonight? So I'm going to do double crochets instead of singles. Have you all been following the news with the craziness with the post office? I think it's crazy. I knew that something was going on. Because mail kept getting slower and slower and slower. Now we know why. It's just a shame. Just a shame. Just don't get it. Has anyone tried doing any graph cans, or does anyone do graph cans? I've been fixated on them for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, I think. And I'm working on one that I hope comes out nice. It's a lot of work. Got to be able to see all those little boxes. Make sure your work comes out right. I've been playing around with it. And I got my little heart and my little Africa up there. So I was happy with that. My little pillows. Let me see, where am I? There I am. So I'm using this Ferris wheel yarn. I was going to do cardigans. I live in South Florida. I don't need another cardigan. So I said I'll do a shawl. Can always grab a shawl and wrap up in a shawl. I have a shrug pattern also that I'm going to this Ferris wheel. I got this on sale there it is, Ferris wheel. I got it on sale a few weeks ago, probably a month or two ago. It was $247 at Joann's. And so I bought a whole bunch of it. I don't know if you can see it back there, but anyway, I bought 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, I think 18. Bought 18 skeins of it. But then I saw someone had posted that they found it at Walmart for $2 a skein. So that was even a better deal. Oh, you working on a poncho? I've done ponchos, but I don't know why my points always go to the side. They never go straight. I know it's got to be me. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sharon. They're cool. What's her name? Stitch and Diva. She's the one that's been doing live stream classes on it. And on Sunday nights, I think it is, Sunday night at 6 or 7, is the night for the newbies. And she has a Facebook group. Let me see, is it Grafcan University? I think that's the name of it, because it was Grafting in the Restless or something like that, but I can't remember. But if you look her up on YouTube, you'll find a Stitching Diva. But I have been fixated on it. She does some awesome work too. And I'm sure, Sharon, she'd be able to help you with doing that in memory of your brother. That would be very nice. I did the what is it, the love knot? Not the love knot. I never remember the name of that. It was a corner to corner heart throb. So I'm so bad with that. Anyway, I did the blanket. It was a corner to corner. It was a crochet along with OVW, and it came out good. I washed it. All the little strings popped out because I did it initially for my mom. And when I washed it just to see how many of those strings are going to pop out, it was so many of them. I said, forget it. I cannot give this to my mom. So she spends, is that hola, hola? I only know a few words in Spanish. But well, as I've been learning the GraphGans, she's been teaching some great tricks on how to keep those ends from popping out. So I did redo it just as a GraphGan, but it was so small I would definitely have to be real creative to make it bigger because my mom wanted it big enough for her bed. So I just looked at it and I said, well, let me see what I can do as make it in as a GraphGan since I'm looking at the graph anyway. Let me see. I can probably show you the picture because I did take a picture of it. Always taking pictures. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that is it as the GraphGan. That's what I did. Made it a GraphGan. But let me see if I can show you the blanket. Yeah. So that is the blanket that's on my bed. So you can see how big it is as a corner to corner. So it's pretty big. I really enjoyed doing that corner to corner. I just didn't like all those strings. And I thought about doing it again, but whew, that was so much work. I said, forget it. I'm going to think of something to do for her. I'm going to find a blanket that I can do for her. I want to put her name on it now that I know how to do this GraphGan, and I think I'm great at it. Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm good enough. I am good enough. She'll be happy. She's always wanting me to do something for her. This Ferris wheel, it'll probably feel really soft after one washing. It's not too, it's twisted. It's a tight twist. I initially started using the other color for the cardigan, and then I got sidetracked. Once I started doing the GraphGans, everything got pushed to the side. And I haven't uploaded a video, a tutorial in like probably 3 weeks. I can't even tell you the last tutorial. Oh, I think it was a vintage granny square. That was my last tutorial, I think. Thank you, Jen. So I am trying to work on this last GraphGan, and I can't move it anywhere. It's on my dining room table with all the yarn skeins all over the table. Then I have my corner to corner scarf that the yarn that I'm using, I initially was going to make a top with it, and I started doing it, and then I got tired of it. Then I frogged it. You can't imagine, I frogged. It was an entire skein of yarn plus, and I frogged the entire thing and started working on a corner to corner scarf. I was just on Little John's Yarns live, and she had a lady from, I'm not sure where she's from, but she was saying she does not frog. If there's a mistake in her work, it stays in there. She does not frog her work. I was like, oh, she's better than me, because that mistake would drive me bonkers. Hello, Crochet Sass. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. How's the weather where you are? You're in a location that I've always wanted to visit, but never got around to. Now who knows when I'll get there. We've been having storms on and off, but I just saw on the news, the Midwest, they got hit hard. All kinds of destruction. Some people died in the storm. It was, I don't know, this, one of my friends posted on Facebook, 2020 should be a cuss word. And I am leaning that way. It definitely should be a cuss word, because this has been a year to remember, and you really want to forget. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, that's where I've always wanted to visit, but never got around to it. When they get all of this under control, and we get back to some kind of normalcy, I'll be ready to take another cruise. I love to cruise, but now you think about 5,000 people being on one huge ship. I mean, cruises have always had problems with and people getting sick with the nor something virus. I forgot what it's called. That a lot of cruise ships, people get sick with that. But it's still a fun way to travel. I think we all having rains. This is the rainy season. I was going to try to do a game, but I could not find a game that I wanted to download on my phone. And I looked at the Family Feud one, but it didn't have good ratings. A lot of people were saying that the thing stops on you, so I skipped that. I did download one trivia one, and one of the questions was what's considered the where is it? The birthplace of jazz music, and so I chose New Orleans, and of course that was right. But they give you all huge, like 3 paragraphs of history behind it, which I said, well, if I had that kind of time in my life, this would be great to do. You get the history behind every question that they have on there. I was like, that's a lot of work. But I read some of it. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was like 3 paragraphs about music and where it came from, how it started. Oh, where do I cruise to? Oh my goodness. I've been on 3 cruise ships. No, 4. 5. I think the very first cruise that I took they used to have them. They don't have them anymore. but they used to have down here in Florida, South Florida, cruise to nowhere. And this basically, you get on the cruise ship and you just go out into the water for a few hours and then they bring you back. And that's like a nighttime thing. You can, and I think it's a gambling cruise ship. I think that's what most of the people do. And that was a horrible, horrible, horrible ship. It was nasty. Anyway, then the next cruise I did, they used to have Discovery. I think Discovery cruise ship. I think they went under, but we went to the Bahamas. Went to, let me see, Freeport. I think we went to Freeport, and it was just a day cruise, so that was nice. And then my first big cruise was on Freedom of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. And let me see, where did we go? I know we went to Haiti, Jamaica, Mexico. So that was fun. Then I took my daughter on a cruise, and this was after the H1N1, and our cruise ship was the first cruise ship that had gone back to Mexico. And they put on a show for us when we docked. It was beautiful. They had all the ladies out there in the traditional dance wear, and the guys, they were the mariachi band. It was beautiful. And the little girls were all dressed up pretty. It was so nice. But they were very happy to see a cruise ship come back to that port. And then I went on the Allure, and we went to St. Martin. I can't even remember. That's just how long it's been. But it's usually the Caribbeans that I cruise. I wanted to go to Alaska. I wanted to take a cruise to Alaska, but didn't do that. But I definitely like doing the Caribbean islands. Let me see. Today, our Prime Minister announced that the beaches are closed again and restaurant and bars, that there will be no in-house dining, only pickup. Oh, so you all are going backwards also, huh? Yeah, we went backwards too. Because nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen to the professionals. So every time you take, people, as they say, you give them an inch, they take a mile, and that's why we're where we are. No, and we have no kind of leadership to get this under control. So I'm grateful that I've been working from home, so I was lucky. I never really was out. I am a registered nurse, and I'm not in the hospitals anymore. I work from home, and I am so grateful when that I do work from home, because it'd be real scary in hospitals now. And my friends that still work in the hospital, I knock on wood every day that none of them are sick and they're all doing okay. It's just scary right now. Jen says your dream is to go on an Alaskan cruise someday. Yep. Oh, on the big cruise ships, at least in my experience. Oh, I've been on another cruise too. Because I went to a cruise with my ex-husband. I can't remember where we went. We went on some little cruise. But and I was pregnant then, and I told him, I said, why does he keep putting on brakes? Because that's what it felt to me. It felt like he was putting on brakes all the time. He's like, he's not putting on brakes. I said, it feels like he's putting on brakes. So, but when I got onto a big cruise ship, I mean, you really don't notice that it's moving unless you look out at the water, and then you can see, yeah, we're moving. But being on the ship, you don't, none of that. It's no bumps, no dips, nothing. So the big cruise ships are definitely nice. I like cruising because It's basically a big old hotel and a party, and you can eat all day and sleep and eat. You don't even have to leave the ship if you don't want to, because they have all kinds of activities going on all the time. They have comedies, they have clubs in them. Um, there's all different restaurants you can choose from. Some of them you pay extra to have dinner in them, but it's like, okay, I want to have dinner tonight at a steak restaurant or a Japanese restaurant, because they have different ones depending on the cruises. I only cruised on the big cruise ships with Royal Caribbean, so I couldn't tell you how the other cruise ships are, but I'm sure they're all similar because they're all fighting for those funds from people. So, but it's fun, and they have, of course, any kind of athletic activity you want to do, they have that also. I saw the my friend and I volunteered for the Super Bowl, um, for the pre-Super Bowl experience. So we were down in Miami, and we were going past the port, and I saw Royal Caribbean's newest ship. I think it's called Harmony. And I wasn't paying attention to the commercials because I usually record a lot of stuff. So I fast forward past all the commercials. And my friend's like, "You didn't know about that?" I was like, "No." So I started taking pictures of the ship. It is huge. They have all kinds of stuff going on in that ship. So then I started paying attention to the commercials. I was like, "Oh, I want to be on that ship." But not anytime soon. I can wait. I'm in no hurry. Oh, that's not right. So your husband got to go. Where'd he cruise to? And they have a drink of the day. So every night at night, I would go to the bar and get the drink of the day. And if it was good enough, of course you got to have it during the day, but if it was good enough, you always got to have one at night too. It's fun. I just love cruising. I'd rather be on a cruise ship than on a plane. Jen, where'd your husband go to? Oh, I just learned from Hectaguna. If you all follow her, she had posted for you, those of you that have a YouTube channel, that they are no longer going to send out emails when YouTubers upload videos. They are stopping sending out the emails. So if you don't have whoever you follow, if you don't have that bell clicked, you may miss some of their videos. So make sure you click the bell so you can get all the updated videos. Oh, he won a singing contest too. Oh, your husband can sing. That's cool. I like the Bahamas. I like because I love conch salad, and I think only the Bahamas can do a good conch salad. So that's why I want to go to Trinidad, see what their specialty is. Everybody's got to have a specialty. We're in South Florida. We have specialties from all of the countries. Yeah, I haven't, when I hear people talk about going to restaurants and stuff, my Benihana's, they give you a $30 birthday coupon. and I ordered my food online. I went over to pick it up, and I was so shocked. There were people in the restaurant celebrating their birthdays. I was like, no way am I going to be in this restaurant with people I don't know celebrating my birthday. No way. I picked up my food and I got the heck out of there as quick as possible. You know, I if if people would just follow the rules and do what they're supposed to, we would be in such a better place by now. There's so many people that are out of work, been out of work for months, losing their homes soon because our government decided they were going to go on vacation. They're not going to worry about these people that don't have unemployment benefits, don't have money for rent, for food. Food lines are long. People that never ever thought they would ever be in a food line find themselves in a food line. So I'm grateful every day that I am employed and I'm able to work from home. But I definitely feel bad for the situation that a lot of people are in. Oh, I'm coming to the end of this very, very long chain finally. This shawl that I'm doing it's a really simple shawl. All you're doing is decreasing on both ends to get to your point. And the the crochet pattern calls for single crochets, but she uses a different yarn. I don't like doing single crochets because I can barely see them. Hello, Pat. How are you today? Thanks for joining me. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you haven't. I think she used like a mohair or something I would never use, not in South Florida. But as I was saying, the single crochets, I can barely count a single crochet, especially if you're using a smaller hook. But I'm using a J hook, so. But I don't like trying to count single crochets anyway. I try to stay away from single crochets if I can. I'll use it as a border, but I tend to not want to do like a full-blown pattern in single crochet. But hopefully this shawl will turn out the way I want it to. And then I'll do a tutorial on it. There's so many. I see a lot of people that are doing shawls with pockets now and scarves with pockets, but I've seen those from years ago. So as they say, what old is new. But I haven't put any pockets on anything. Have I put? Oh, on a cardigan I have, but I haven't done a shawl or a scarf with pockets. I might try it. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Can't say you won't until, because you never know if you will. Oh, you feel bad for people that have to stay home? Yeah, I think for people like I'm grateful I don't have a child that has to go to school because that whole thought process would probably gnaw at me to think that I would have to send my child into a classroom under these circumstances. And it would, I mean, if you have to go out and to work, yes, it's good to keep yourself quarantined away from your family because my parents, I don't go over and socialize with them. I went over. My mom's birthday was this past Monday, so I got my parents lunch, and I had already been out to Costco to pick up some stuff. So I told her, I said, I'm going to pick up the lunch. I'm going to drop it off to you, but I'm not going to stay because I've been out and I don't, you don't know who you've been around. So better safe than sorry. So I dropped it off and went on home because I don't want, I don't want to say, oh, I was around Gloria and I got sick. Nope. This is like they say, hypertension is a silent killer. This virus is a silent killer too. It's, as you don't know, you see so many people, oh, they weren't sick and then boom, they got sick and now they're gone. Mm-mm. It's too scary out there, too scary. So I try to stay in the house as much as possible and I go out for necessities because there's no socialization important enough to get me out. Hey, your mom made them when you were kids. Hey, I tell you, what's old is what's new. I always say you can't reinvent the wheel. The wheel is the same thing. You just made it a little bit different here or a little bit different there, but it's still a wheel. It's music. People may make a new song here and there, but eventually somebody will do it again. And it's like, I think I've heard that before. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that person did that song 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Now someone else is doing it. Technology is the new. That's new because I remember when there was no YouTube. And as I say, I learned to crochet from an older lady, and I have all kinds of um, crochet books. So I learned how to read patterns, and I know a lot of people don't know how to read a pattern now because a lot of people are used to YouTube. Where when I found YouTube, I was like, OMG, I can't believe all this stuff is on there. So of course my knowledge of crochet, I had a lot of knowledge, but actually um, being able to execute some of the stitches and things that even though I would read it in the book, I couldn't see it. I'm a very visual person. If you show me something, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get it in at least one or two tries. So I used to see a lot of patterns that had what's the word, back post or front post, but I was like, what is back post, front post? It made absolutely no sense to me at all. And when I started on YouTube, watching YouTube channels of, I think, what's her name? Glama. She was the first person that I saw that did a front post and a back post. And that's when I learned how to do front post and back post, was from her. And so from then on, it was like, oh, okay, now I get it. But when I read the pattern, I didn't understand. I was like, what's a post? I didn't like, what is a post? So YouTube has been very, very helpful with improving my crochet skills. Yeah, Jen says, yes, what did we ever do without the internet? Yeah, I know. Oh, you're sending your child off to college. Oh, and college. College is another beast. because young people think they are invincible, and they haven't seen anyone get sick. They don't. Some of them may not even believe that it's something out there. And you know what else goes with that? All of that partying because they're young. They're sowing their oats. They're in being independent. Mom and dad aren't around. Yeah, but you gotta let them clip. You gotta clip the wings and let them fly. But yes, just say a prayer and pray that everything turns out all right. And hopefully the kids are smarter and they'll be more adherent to the rules and everything will go okay. When they showed on the news those kids in Georgia in that high school, OMG. And then they had the nerve to suspend the child that posted the video of all the kids in the school all crammed up in the hallway changing classes. That's what I'm assuming they were doing. And then of course after that all those people came down positive. Then of course they had to apologize to the child for suspending her, and they closed the school. I say, I don't know. They got to think about it. They really have to put some real effort, some real, I don't know. A lot of these schools, these private schools, will be able to do the necessities, but these public schools, because they haven't put any money into a lot of public schools. A lot of these public schools are terrible anyway. And then you have this on top of it, and they don't have enough money for books. They certainly don't have money to give every child a computer that needs one. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. But someone needs to take control of this. Children definitely need that social interaction. I'm an old lady, and I've had a lot of fun. So if I have to stay at home and just talk to my friends on the phone or text or whatever, I can survive. But a youngster needs that interaction. They need to be around people their own age. But it's got to be done in a safe manner. The internet is definitely a, the people that started YouTube and Google and Facebook and Twitter, youngsters, just like Bill Gates was when he started Microsoft. He was a youngster. Now he's a rich old man. Back in the day, that Microsoft stock would have made you a millionaire when they went public. That stock made lots and lots of people millionaires. I was not smart enough to buy it back then. Now I own some Microsoft stock, but when they were making millionaires, I wasn't smart enough to buy it. Didn't know anything about the stock market. So what else has been going on in the world of crochet? Does anybody want to come on and say hello? I can put the link up so if anybody wants to come on and say hello, so I can see your beautiful face. I can put a face to a name. I know the Chit Chat Queen. Ah, let me see. I'm going to all right. There's the link if anybody wants to say hello. Uh-oh, what happened there? Something funny happened there. Don't know what. That looks weird. Okay. Went to the wrong one. All right. Where? I forgot about this. My coworker, let me see. Yeah, my coworker bought this for me because she knows I crochet all the time, and I send her hats every now and again. And it's a beautiful bag, and it has the hooks in there. And I don't use these hooks at all. They're like the boy hooks. I don't like boy hooks, but it does have a measuring tape, so you always can use a measuring tape. And then it has the other side, but I don't like these hooks. I've never liked them. They don't work so well for me. But this is the little ruler thing that you can check your size of your crochet hook. If you get one that doesn't have like if it's worn off or someone donates something to you and you don't know what the hook size is, you can always slide it through those little holes. I wonder how accurate it is. Let's see how accurate it is. That's a 2. Let me see. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. And is that 2.5? Yep, 2.5. I don't know. I actually don't know. Don't know. But it's also a ruler, so nothing else. You can use it as a ruler. It's very short though. But I thought that was very nice of her to at least think of me. But I definitely love the case. But I already have a case that I've had for years because it is purple. It looks blue on that screen, but it's purple. So I put all my hooks in there, my Clovers and my Susan Bates, because those are my favorite hooks to use. Oh, you made a Christmas star by Creative Grandma. Creative Grandma, she has a lot. She's the I call her the ice yarn queen because she loves ice yarn. But I wasn't talking about Creative Grandma. Her she's Glamma, Glam, Glamma. But she doesn't do crochet anymore. She does that paparazzi jewelry now. I think it's But she posted a video of her granddaughter, and I remember when her granddaughter was born. Now the granddaughter is 4 years old. I was like, wow, time flies, time flies. I used to watch her channel all the time. I made lots and lots of slippers watching her videos. I'm trying to think. I made coast. No, I made a hat or a coaster. I made from Creative Grandmas. Um, she has a new. She's going to be cooking with her grandson. That's going to be her new channel. That should be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to watch. I don't need to watch any cooking shows. It just makes me hungry. It makes me start grazing. And I don't need to graze. But I enjoy her channel. It's a ton of YouTubers I watch. One of the she's Led 73 farmer Led 73. I can't remember which one, but he just got his 100,000 K YouTube award. So he's doing a video probably right now to celebrate his 100,000 subscribers. I think that's pretty cool. I know one of the techie guys that I watch, he has over 11 million subscribers. And when he got to the 10 million, YouTube sends him a diamond button, but it's a crystal. The button part of it is a crystal. I mean, the whole thing is a big crystal, but I thought that was so cool. It weighs like 10 pounds. But I said, that is such an achievement. And I've been watching his YouTube channel for years, and it's so interesting to watch somebody pretty much grow up on YouTube because he's got to be nearing 30 now, and I've been watching him a long time. So get to see him grow up. That's pretty cool. Oh, a grandson makes stuff too. Oh wow. Yeah, I think I do remember her saying something like that in the video, but I can't. Anyway, all right, ladies. Well, nobody wanted to join me, but this is the end. So I am going to sign off. And if you haven't given me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it if you did. And I thank you for joining me, and be on the lookout for some, hopefully I have at least one or two, definitely the dishcloth. I'll have a tutorial for that. And I'm hoping to do a tutorial for this shawl as well. So thanks again for joining me. And I will see you on my next tutorial or my next live next Saturday. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.